What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and today we're doing something completely not detailing related, but it is real world related. If you have children, you might not have seen something like this. I'm going to show you what this is in 1 second, but if you do have children, I mean, this product applies to, I guess, regular car seats as well, but I've just entered the realm of the high back booster / just regular booster seat now that my children are both over the age of 4 years old and both of the correct weight. I no longer have to deal with this damn harness, which if you know, you know, and it's very annoying sometimes. Obviously, it's safer, but I drive a goddamn tank on wheels, so let's talk about safety another day. So I bought so many high back boosters in the last month and a half. I'm well over $1,000 deep. I've tried a bunch of different brands. I've had boxes up and down in this garage. I literally just returned a Britax one that had the submarine style crotch strap piece coming out the middle. I had Graco. I had this Chicco one. What was the other one? There was another one I had. I can't think of the name, but there was like 3 or 4 different sets. And of course, Diono. Diono was this other. It was a larger one. There were 3 or 4 different sets at this point now. And I'm very picky. I've been wanting to have the right styling, but it also has to have the right features. So for me, I like this because it's kind of similar to the car. I like the color pattern because that does matter, not as much as the next pieces. This one right here is a zip and wash pull, so I can actually clean this material. And one of the coolest pieces about this, as we were standing there, is this thing. This goes in the cup holder, right? And my daughter absolutely lost her shit over this and loved it. She loved it. So you could pick whichever one you want. It goes in, right? And this thing is so cool. It's a little storage thing that just sits on whatever side you want. Now, I had to modify one piece already. I cut a little sponge type little material I use to line shelves, because anything that my daughter put in here, it was all hard plastic. So anything my daughter put in here, like little plastic rings or watches or sunglasses or anything, after I dropped her off to school and I was driving back to my office or home, wherever, basically I'm hearing rattling noises over speed bumps. And that was one of the reasons why I was so glad to get rid of this. This thing is absolutely terrible. If you Google the Graco Forever Extend to Fit Platinum or whatever, great seat until this terrible thing happens and now your child's taller. There's something going on, and there's videos on this with the back, and it rattles. There's just something going on with the track. There's people that have actually had to take these apart and put hot glue. Not about that life. I don't want to do it. I don't really feel comfortable taking apart the whole car seat and stuff, and I knew we were heading toward this life anyway. So needless to say, we're not going to start talking about car seats all day. I just wanted to show you something. This thing. Let's just show you one thing here that drove me nuts, and I didn't realize what it was. Every bump. Every freaking bump. Every bump. This thing was making noise, rattling to no end. And I was like, what was going on? Freaking out. I started freaking out. As I said, I did mod this, but it's this. I started looking, and I started noticing there's just too much slack. So let me put you down here. So I started noticing that there was just enough slack in here where it's like, that's crazy. So like, even if this was closed, you might not think that that's a loud noise, but when you have an Escalade or a type of vehicle like that that has some pretty decent sound suppression from the exterior, and it's pretty quiet on the inside. You hear noises that you never thought possible. You could hear a fly tooting in the back seat, like you really could. But that's terrible. So what did I end up having to do? Well, it looks a little something like this. So what I ended up looking at was this easily comes off because there's just all this slack, right? So I took these little strips of electrical tape, and I just wrapped it around this, and then I put it back in here, snugged it up. Nothing. Now it goes open and closed smooth, but it's not. You got a tiny little layer of electrical tape in here. It takes up that gap, but it's nice and smooth. The littlest things that you wouldn't even realize are a thing. And I think this thing's super cool because you could technically put a tablet in here or something, but my daughter just puts little trinkets or a rock or something silly that she picked up. But that's incredible compared to, that's crazy. So I just thought I would share because, you know, sometimes it's the littlest things like that that could just ruin a car seat. And I did catch this one on sale. I gotta tell you, I think it was like $200 usually, and no, $150 for each one of these, and I got these for $120 each, so $240. And these are called the KidFit Zip Plus, and it's got this like quick release latch where it like goes into the seat. It's super convenient, and like I said, it's just gonna be something to transition into for both children, and it's at a price point that I feel is extremely affordable for multiple vehicles that we do have and for the multiple vehicles that we plan on having. So like I said, 4 years, 40 pounds, bada boom. You know, you got to use discretion as a parent. You know, if you're super close enough or not close, like if your kid is 3.5 but they're already 40 pounds and meet the height requirement, you know, do what you got to do. You're a parent, right? You know, I'm not going to tell you to break the law, but I've seen many a things. I've done many a things in life where the laws can be bent. But I'm going to be messing around with this one. And yeah, that's it. So if this benefits you, you can subscribe. Let me know down below. I'm going to link these car seats just in case. I think these are phenomenal. They look awesome. And that's a plus, but they are the seat that my daughter fell in love with the most. Now they do make another thing on Amazon. I was reading in reviews, some kind of revised model. It's not the Chicco brand, it's another brand that uses the same styling here, except theirs has a clasp to close the lid, which obviously would have been the solution to this completely right from the get, but it doesn't really matter. So here we are, this is what we got, and it's fixed. It is absolutely fixed. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. If you're an OCD OG, I truly appreciate you. And now we're going to start talking about kid content. You know, why not? It's detailing, it's kids, car mods, once in a blue. Maybe one day I'll get these on. Who knows? I just don't care. I just don't care. Life happens. But these kids, these are the most important things. They cost us a lot of money. They cost us a lot of time. But they're amazing, and I love them. Children are incredible. But these noises, they suck. They're not incredible. We could fix these things, and we did. I love you all. See you in the next one.